Okay. We are live, I think. Can you hear me? Um okay. I guess you can hear me. The green thing's going up. Yes, we can hear your keyboard too. Sorry. This YouTube stream thing is giving me a lot more trouble than the last one was. Oh, that's my RFID feeder, in case you could hear that. We can hear keyboard clacking. Cat's got to eat. Let me open up Blue Sky on the other tab. I have like 3 monitors, so like I have maybe I should move my stream to the middle one so I can just stare at y'all. Do you like direct eye contact? That's what's happening. All right, hold on. The boy has to be disciplined, Gunther. Gunther, that's not your food. Don't make me spray. I will. I'll do it. Oh no. He's become immune to the spray. Son of a bitch. That was like the only thing keeping him from eating Lily's food. Fuck me. Oh, that fucking big chungus. All right. I can see people are coming in bit by bit. Gunther, go eat your own food. So I need to move the cat tree. Is that the issue? All right. How is everybody doing tonight? I know it's a bit late, depending on your time zone, but that's just kind of how the cookie crumbled this week. Depending on how active it is tonight, the idea was to go for an hour, but if it like stays inactive, or slower, and I don't really get any feedback or anything, then I'll probably end it prematurely. I'm okay. Just got off work, thank God. No kidding. I'm sorry I had to work on a Sunday. Hate that shit. Work is super busy on Sundays, so I do not like doing them. I'm gonna wipe my glasses really quick as well. Are you okay, Nolan? I'm doing good. I had a bit of financial trouble earlier this morning, but I have been hashtag blessed with a lot of support, which I'm grateful for. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to do the second town hall, as you obviously are watching, and see where everybody stands now that the video has had some time to spread and marinate. So, if things kind of are chill and nobody really has anything to say or like any concerns or anything, then I think I'll start streaming regularly. Maybe I'll do like a variety stream or like just a vlog stream like this one, except more loosey goosey and free form. I did expect the view count to go down because I know the first one was, you know, the return, as it were. Ugh, excuse me. In the meantime, if there's anything y'all want to talk about, whether it be stuff relating to what happened, or if you want to talk about anything else, you know, I'm game for anything. Oh my god, my oh god, I need to cut my hair a little bit. This is unrelated to anything, but as you can clearly see by this situation, I have a thinning head problem. The hair on my scalp is basically just, it stops growing after like half an inch. Gunther, I swear to, oh, there goes my desk. I swear to all that is holy, Gunther, I will toss you out the window if you keep eating your food. You have your own. Frick off. Okay. Had to adjust the desk and chastise the boy. But yeah, I got my grandpa's receding hairline. I went to a museum exhibition with my sister and we took pictures, and shit was unfortunate because my hair was longer and the crown surrounding it was longer than my scalp. So I have to basically just keep my head shaved if I don't want to look completely embarrassing. Oh my god, my computer's a mess. I'm scared to lose my hair. I'm not like I'm not really scared of losing my hair. It's more just like, man, I hate having to shave it every few weeks to keep it bald. I know there's like a 3-pronged like shaver that you like rub over your scalp to keep it shaved, but I'm trying to be very, very careful with my money right now. Gunther, go eat your food. Stop eating lilies. This fucking cat, guys. I swear to God. This isn't even a bit. He loves the kitten's food, which I think is because it's for growing, you know, for growing cats. Hey, Nolan, have you bothered with the Switch 2 at all? No, I haven't. Donkey Kong Bonanza looks fucking incredible, and I loved Mario Odyssey, but I think the Switch 2's like a deplorable console. The Flux game pricing, the just draconian like levels of controlling the console's accessibility it's insane, and the key cards. I really wish that Nintendo fans would know when to fucking like say no to their favorite gaming company, but Nintendo's Disneyed themselves so hard that I'm pretty sure they can get away with anything. It pisses me off. If I ever got a Switch 2, and I'm kind of doubting it, given how few games for the Switch 1 I own, and you know, development times are longer and shit. So yeah, I think the only thing that would make me buy a Switch 2 would be if the new Smash Bros was like really good. I'm playing Donkey Kong Bonanza and it's peak so far. It looks peak. That's what pisses me off. Nintendo has great games still. It's that's the only non-Disney thing about it, is that their first parties are consistently really good. I wasn't a big fan of Breath of the Wild. I liked Breath of the Wild, but on replaying it, it had diminishing returns. That's more accurate to say. And I know a few of my friends did not like it. My friend Michael has soured on it a fair bit, and I'm kind of on his stance that it's more a physics-based open world game than it is a action adventure game. and that's fine, but it tries to be both, and it doesn't succeed in either field, in my opinion. Playing Breath of the Wild for the first like few hours is like super fucking exciting, and then you just kind of keep encountering the same stuff, and it trades like density for volume, in my opinion. Are you still friendly / in contact with Nintendo? No longer in contact with him. I did talk to him a little bit a few months ago because he still had me on Discord for some reason. I just said, hi, don't know why you still have me. Hope you're doing well. And he said very cordially just that he wasn't comfortable continuing, and I respect it. So there's no ill will, but we're not in contact. At least as far as I'm aware, no ill will on my end. And from what he said, he handled it very cordially and professionally, which I respect a lot. He's always been a very stand-up guy. Notice the Bowser movie figure in the background, which makes me question your thoughts on the Mario movie. I like the Mario movie. It's not like peak cinema or the best animated movie, but I really do not get why people like have such disdain for it. It's fine. So I do like the Mario movie. I thought it was a fun time. First time I saw it, I was also high. My friend and I split like some edibles before we started, and then we watched it, and it was a lot of fun. So maybe that also influenced my opinion. Hey, Nolan was a fan of the pod in 2014, but didn't listen to consistently. Lurked last stream, and I'm not really active online in communities, but hope all is well, and I am rooting for you. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that, Spoony to Spoon. What about the new Sonic racing game and the dumb decision with the DLC characters not having voice lines, especially the Werehog? I'm kind of used to Sonic Team and Sega just fumbling the bag so consistently. Also, I'm sorry, I'm itching my nose. I think I'm allergic to something. I don't know what it is, but it makes my nose itch really bad. So I'm just going to be like constantly scratching at it the whole stream. Please understand. But I'm used to Sega and Sonic Team just fumbling the bag like constantly with really easy, like understandable choices. That's just like, if you have a DLC character, of course you should make them talk. I want SpongeBob to trash talk Sonic the Hedgehog. What the fuck? And they're charging $90 for the deluxe edition too, which is 20. Yeah, it's $20 more than the base edition for all the season pass shit. Like, there's no excuse. It's just them being cheap and or lazy, or they don't want to bother with untangling the rights, which kind of stems from cheap and lazy. Also, good morning from Japan. 10 a.m. Monday here, but it's a holiday, thankfully. Oh, cool. I didn't know I had somebody watching from Japan. That's awesome. I wanted to go to Japan, but I am very apprehensive of going to a country where English isn't the predominant language, because I personally, whenever I have to deal with somebody who doesn't speak English at my job, it's really frustrating, and I find the communication barrier difficult. And then I think to myself, if I go to a foreign country, is that that's gonna suck. And I don't want to just annoy people by being just like reading from the native languages dictionary and trying to piece together something. At least SpongeBob and Aang are canon in a Sonic game. That is true. I've noticed a lot of people pair up SpongeBob and Sonic together. I'm one of those people. I've drawn a lot of art of Sonic and SpongeBob hanging out. Well, like relatively a lot. Have you seen Unicorn Warriors Eternal, and what are your thoughts on that show? Garbage. I thought it was fucking terrible. Oh my god. Gendy whiffed that. That's one of the first legitimate Gendy whiffs, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like how he handled the Samurai Jack ending. I'm a little bit more lukewarm to dislike it, but I don't hate it. Except for when Ashi like a fucking like Looney Tunes character goes, wait a minute, without Aku, I would have never existed. Just, I don't know what he was thinking with that. It could have been fixed with the line. She should have just said, I held on for as long as I could, or my power's running out, or something. But no, instead she's like, oh, right. I'm a paradox now. Bye. But yeah, no, with Unicorn Warriors Eternal, it was just, I need to refresh my memory, but I just remember not liking it. I thought it was just weird. Not like a good weird. It was just like weirdly paced, weirdly told. You don't get really a hook on the main character, the main lady. They literally just show up and they go, wow, I'm so happy you're finally going into a happy marriage. And she's like, I know. Surely nothing can go wrong. And then it does, obviously. And then we meet like the monk kid and the automaton and the elf man. My Midwestern Wisconsinite accent popping up there. But yeah, I did not like it. I thought it was just a mess. Clearly want a season 2. Probably not going to happen. I don't know what Genny's got in the pipeline except for Fixed, and Fixed also doesn't look good. I thought Fixed looked fucking terrible. Not that, every film has to be a masterpiece, but with Gendy, you would expect some kind of subversion or something interesting with the premise of a dog celebrates his last night while having balls, but no, it's exactly what you would expect. I teach English here. My Japanese is still shit, but all things considered, if you go with a friend or in larger cities like Tokyo, you should be relatively all right. Last thing I'll say, it's good that the Samurai Jack game made it so she could stick around. Also, rip the game. It's not accessible legally now. Yeah, my friend Carmen bought that for me, and I'm thankful. I haven't beaten it. It's not like the best game, but yeah. Thanks, WBD, for being shit. Every episode had an excess of exposition lore dumps, which really bogged it down. It was just lore and very little else. Yeah. I don't know why it was so like lore heavy, because Genny's strength is his characters. He's very good at writing characters. And like Samurai Jack wasn't super lore heavy. Like you just had like the steadfast things were he's an ancient samurai, travels through time, and he's trying to look back. And Aku's the only one who can get him back, or these random portals here and there. Otherwise, it was just whatever the fuck he wanted, and that worked a lot better. Again, sorry, my nose is just gonna be fucking itching. But yeah. What about Primal? Loved Primal. People don't like the ending for that one either, and I thought it was fine. I loved the artistry. I loved the characters. I like Spear and Fang's relationship a lot. Yeah, no, very positive on Primal. Don't know what to expect from season 3. I think they're going with an anthology approach from what I remember reading. But yeah. Seal of approval. Nolan seal of approval. I recommend the anime Odd Taxi if you haven't seen it. It's a lot of fun and very, very Tokyo. I've heard of it. The most recent anime I watched, I think, was Delicious in Dungeon, which I'm obsessed with still. I don't know. And I'm going to brain rot on that one super hard. Genny seems to be bad with ending, I'm noticing. Could only imagine with Symbionic Titan. Fuck. Yeah, I think about that sometimes. I knew somebody who worked with someone who worked on Symbionic Titan. They told me some spoilers of plans they had. I'm going to say it. I'm not going to say who said it to me. Use your imagination. But they told me that Modula was mind control, which makes a lot of sense if you watch the series and realize his eyes are constantly covered up and the eye on his hat like moves on its own. That's like the only thing I know. in terms of plot that somebody told me. Great to get closure there. But yeah, if Symbionic Titan does come back and it ends terribly, I don't think I could live with myself. I think it you guys need to understand. Symbionic Titan quite literally is what put me on my life path. The podcast, the drama, the stuff that happened regarding the cancellation and everything, literally all started with Symbionic Titan. If I did not watch that show, I think I would probably have a good job, a wife, and 3 kids, a picket fence, and a dog, and I would be stuck working my 9 to 5, coming back to my loveless marriage before eventually realizing my wife cheated on me and divorcing, and she managed to get everything in the settlement. And then I'm sitting alone in a motel with a Jack Daniels in hand and a pistol with 1 bullet in the other. At least that's what I assume would happen to me. Oh, I thought you were gay, Nolan Resident. It's a bit. I am a flaming homosexual. Which may or may not be legal soon, given where this fucking country's going. Dilliston in Dungeon is fantastic. Love all the characters but lives, and Senshi are my boys. Senshi ruined my life. He has rotted my brain to the point where my fan comic has just like veered off course, and oh my god, I love him. He's on my desktop. He's part of this big character collage. You can see it on my blue sky banner. But yeah, no, I love Senshi so much. He is the comfort character of all time. What makes you like the show so much besides it being peak? I'm assuming you're going to talk about Symbionic Titan. Right place, right time. I loved, again, the characters. I think Kimmy is amazing. She had a lot of potential to be like a very interesting female character. Somebody who had, a good character arc going, and then obviously everybody made about the booty quake. I met Kari Wahlgren recently at a convention, and I went up to her table and I said, "Do you remember your role as Kimmy from Symbionic Titan?" She goes, "Oh, the shake it, bake it, booty quick it." And the way she said it and laughed made it seem, because she like kind of like threw her head down, like, when you do that laugh when you're embarrassed about something. So I think she expected me to be like, "Yeah, do you remember the booty quick it? What's up with that?" And that made me die inside, because it's like, no, I respect the show. God damn it, I respect it. I loved your performance. But yeah, no. So I just liked the action was good. The character design was great. Lance, Alana, and Octus are all iconic. I love them dearly. They're very near and dear to my heart, in spite of them basically leading to my own ruination. Do you regret getting Ben the Looney on the podcast? I just regret being on the podcast in general. So, we discussed that in the last stream, but TLDR is just, I was not in an emotionally stable place to be doing anything public facing or whatever. So yeah, if you ask, do you regret anything, a guest, podcasting, just assume yes. The only things I don't regret are meeting Jim, Izzy, and my friends that I still have because of it. Glad to see you're doing well. Thank you. We try every day, gamers. Do you still hate Rent? I've never hated Rent. I'm a big fan of Rent. I think it got a critical reevaluation recently where they're like, man, they sure didn't move the needle with the AIDS epidemic. And I'm like, oh, okay, I guess, that's an interesting take. Gonna start lurking now, but again, rooting for you. It's for sure not an easy thing, but being honest, open, and accepting with yourself is always admirable. Keep moving forward. Gamer with a Y. Also, Meet the Robinsons is pretty good. I've never seen it. I do not like the art style. I think it is ugly, and the animation is a little archaic. I should give it a chance. I'm a little shallow. I'm pretty shallow, you know. What about Pan? If personally you don't need to say, it's complicated with Pan. I don't have any ill will per se, but I am like when you kind of mess up and you're representing somebody else's IP, I guess, which is what Pizza Party would be considered. It made me feel bad. I felt very upset, and I felt like I had let him down. And he was kind of like, he still had me on Discord for a while after the fact. He removed me more recently, which is understandable. We haven't really talked in years. But yeah, no. So in the sense that I regret kind of, you know, representing a show of his and then fucking up as bad as I did, yeah, I regret that a lot. But I don't regret the friendship we had. Ben the Looney, haven't heard that name in years. Yeah, no. Ben the Looney was an interesting character. He was very, very strange. I talked with him for a few times outside of the podcast, and he was a strange character. He was a very strange character. I wish I had something more profound to say other than that, but no, he was just interesting. Nothing going on Blue Sky. Trending is Epstein. Oh, good. None of y'all in this chat better be Epstein deniers, by the way. Insta ban. Going forward, think you'll just do these streams talking about what you like in the animation industry, because honestly, I'm here for it. I want to do variety shit. I have ideas for skits. Hopefully not cringy ones. I'll let you guys be the judge. Don't know if I'd do out-and-out reviews or talk about animation exclusively. I love movies, television, games, theater. I'm a theater gay. And I love talking about musicals, even though I don't know shit about them critically. But yeah, no, definitely streaming weekly. I don't know if it'll be every Sunday because my work schedule is not consistent. Sometimes I work Sundays, sometimes I don't. But I'll announce ahead of time on my Blue Sky, and I'll also schedule it so people have a heads up and can plan around it. But yeah, so I'm not looking. I know we talked about goals and shit in the last stream, but basically, just to reiterate, I'm not here to be popular. I'm not here to like start a career or anything. I'm not here to like necessarily get back in good. I want to make things right. That's just what I feel is the right thing to do. I just want to make shit and post it for people to enjoy. That's the goal. And if it catches on, then whatever. Genuinely, I would prefer not to. I think like 10K like subscribers would be like a good sweet spot. Just enough people that we have like a community and like people talking about things. I'd be fine with that. I think that'd be nice. Do you keep up with Brain Scratch comms or Some Call Me Johnny vids? Yes and no. I keep up. I have them subscribed still, and I'll watch them if I feel like it. But I'm kind of a very what's the term? God, I don't know what it is. Basically, I just do things on a whim. If I'm not in the mood, I won't watch it, even if it's something I like or I know I'll like. Right now, I've been very obsessed with DComs, Disney Channel musicals, and writing scripts for my fan comic. Those are like my two vices right now. And with Some Call Me Johnny, it's a little difficult because we were friends during the podcast era, and when the thing happened, I talked to him directly about it, and it wasn't like explosive or dramatic or anything interesting, but it was just like you could kind of tell that he was like, oh man, and that sucks, and it's kind of hard because I still care about him and I still respect him a lot, but you can't control how people react to your fuck ups. So yeah, it's a little harder to watch Johnny and stuff, but I did get to be on Brain Scratch, and I think it's still up. I got to do a thumbnail for them, and that was like a childhood dream come true, and I'm still happy about it. Playing Mario Party in their Momo Con hotel room was like a highlight of my life. It still is. It was like such a good atmosphere. What else? Going back to a Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I hope the Extreme Gear is good. Please, God. It's not going to be Sonic Riders 1 levels of mechanically deep, but oh my God, please. Please just throw me a W here, Sonic Team. I'm begging you. Favorite High School Musical song? I'll go with the first one because I'm not familiar with the second and third one as much. I think my favorite is probably Breaking Free. It's a very boring answer, I know. Followed by, Breaking Free, Get Your Head in the Game, the Stick to the Status Quo. There are a couple more. Let me look at the track list. Hold on. High School Musical song. Oh, I dropped my microphone. Fuck me. Okay, so I have it up here now. Allow me to start over now that I have everything with me. Breaking Free, Get Your Head in the Game, Stick to the Status Quo, Start of Something New, What I've Been Looking For. No, Bop to the Top. Bop to the Top is way better. We're All in This Together. I think it's mid. Come at me. The two versions of What I've Been Looking For, they're interchangeable to me. I Can't Take My Eye. I've never heard that one. I think that was a bonus track. And then at the very bottom is Gabriella's Sad Song. Okay, forgive my one parasocial related question, but in the early 2010s, were you friends or acquaintances with Sister? We went to high school together. I haven't been in touch with her in a while because she's been so busy. I still have her added on Facebook. But I hear things have been going well with her and Gart, and I'm happy about that. I was at her American wedding, and that was a great time. But yeah, no, Sydney's a good friend on my end. I again don't want to speak for anybody else, and I don't quite know where she stands because she does know about the situation. She never really talked about it, and nobody asked her because she probably doesn't fucking want to. But yeah. Seg shared a video where they showed a clip of OG Riders and immediately transitioned to Crossroads gear, and it shows how it for sure isn't the same. Lol, still excited. Fuck. Thanks. Have you watched Dogman and thoughts on that getting a sequel instead of Captain Underpants? Haven't seen Dogman. I know it's fucking huge. Like, it's everywhere in bookstores. I don't know why Dogman is so incredibly popular. Not like in a way that's like, this is garbage. It's just like, it just seems kind of like, a standard kid's book, but apparently it's fucking ridiculously popular. And I'm a Captain Underpants boy at heart, always will be. That was my childhood. And I would have liked a sequel. I thought the first movie was good. I thought it was peak. If I saw that as a child, I think I would have actually died of excitement. Oh shit, wow, Wisconsin, that makes sense. I met her at AX 2023 and she seemed lovely. She is lovely. I love Sydney. She's great. Go subscribe to Sid Snap. I say as if, the fucking near million subscriber channel needs my shout out. I'm funny, you guys. I'm such a riot. From what I was heard, it was deep writings, I think. I don't know. Huh. Question: have you tried the Smash Remix mod? It's really good. I have not tried it. I don't really have anybody to play it with, so I don't feel compelled to play Smash by myself with CPUs. I like try the characters and go, oh, that's neat, and then stop. Crazy how dedicated fans are. Like, awesome. Seen a clip from the ending of the Recess movie, and the CGI school is fucking disgusting. Jesus. Looks like fucking Blender. I remembered it because I rewatched your Ice Bucket video in 2019 after I discovered her and was like, oh shit, I recognize the weeaboo. I think she tagged me in that. I think that's the reason why he did it. I think she tagged me. I think he's the me. Thought you had a Smurfs plush on in the background. Nope, that's Froakie. He's my favorite. I love that little creature. That or the Homer Simpson. I got him when I went to Universal for the Last of Us maze in 2023, was it? I think it was 2023. Man, I love The Last of Us. Mimikyu, my fave. Yawn. Boring. Just kidding. I'm being mean. Thoughts on the Batman? Peak movie. Very pretty. That has some of my favorite shots in any movie ever. I think about Batman upside down walking to the Penguin's car rent free. God, no, I'm just thinking about the Batman. I'd watch the Penguin if I gave a shit, but I don't give a shit about the Penguin. And I've heard it's very good, but sorry, Matt. You won't be getting my view. We have fun here. I hope the Batman 2 is like even better. I expect it to be baseline good, but like if it's transcendent, I will squeal and clap like a seal in the theater for sure. Superman was really good too. DC, like if they lock the fuck in, make some really good fucking movies. Like I don't think even Marvel's best movies compared to like Superman or Batman, honestly. I'll be very sad if the Batman isn't part of this new DCU. I hope it's not, frankly. I would much rather they get a different Batman so that Matt Reeves can do whatever he wants. As far as I know, James Gunn has said it's not part of the DCU, but, plans can change and stuff. And in spite of him being the CEO, COO, whatever, CCO, I don't fucking know. Warner Bros. Could put their finger on the scale and go, no, you have to make it canon. It's so important. I guess it technically is canon since The Flash was basically like, oh, multiverse. Look at Christopher Reeve, everybody. Look at Nicolas Cage as Superman, everybody. Isn't this so fucking cool? Isn't this fucking epic? I haven't seen The Flash. I just hate it on principle. I'm sorry. I know that's not very professional. I feel like it's better as their own things, in my opinion. Yes, I agree. One thing I love about the Batman most, it's basically just kind of like an adaptation of the animated series with like a grittier lens. It's delightfully campy, and then serious in all the right ways. He said many times isn't part of it, but I keep coping that it will be. Listen, man, I'll agree to disagree. I really want Matt Reeves' Batman to be its own thing. The minute you start adding shit and making it canon, better than The Dark Knight. I am actually not a big Dark Knight stan. I don't think it's bad. I think it's good. But it didn't hit me the same way the Batman did. I think Christopher Nolan doesn't want to make Batman movies. He wants to make Dark Knight movies, if that makes any sense. The Batman wanted to be a Batman movie, and I think that's what makes it stronger. That's fair and respectable. If there's anything about me, it's being fair and respectable. Can somebody please make my fucking nose stop itching? This is miserable. Jesus Christ. I was listening to an old podcast, the one with Chris, and you still hate him. What Chris? There's a lot of Chris's. At least we're past the weird era of not naming DC movies without having the character's name in the title. Yeah. I really hate the Dark Knight trilogy for that, because it's Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, Dark Knight Begins, Dark Knight Falls, Dark Knight Rises. That's what it should have been. Plan your trilogy out better, Christopher Nolan. Fuck you. Hope your Odyssey movie flops with Tom Holland. Tom Holland's in fucking everything, man. The Blue Blur. What, Sonic? What about him? Never heard of him. Don't know a thing about that motherfucker. I don't know. I heard he's coming this way. Uh-oh. Better watch out. I love how everyone fan cast Tom Holland and everything nowadays. That's been a long time. Somebody fan cast him as Danny Phantom, and I was like, I see the vision. I get it. I get it now. Chris, the one where he laughs too much and is annoying as fuck and thinks Inside Out is overrated. That doesn't narrow it down, man. I don't know. Are you talking about like Curbifer? He's Chris Neosi? Because if that's who you're talking about, he was kind of annoying. I didn't like super hate him or anything, but I was just like, this guy's kind of a tool. But then again, no, not Danny LMFAO. No, it was an old podcast. Then I don't know. You'd have to be more specific, because Chris is such a generic fucking name. And I think we had like 50 million Chris's on, or talked about Chris's. Excuse me. So let's watch out for that. Yeah, watch out for Sonic. No, not Danny LMFAO. Yes, Danny. I think Tom Holland would have been a good Danny Phantom in his younger years, and I stand by it. And then Tucker, Shanique Moore. It's coming together. Tom Holland as Nathan Drake was disappointing, even worse than Mark Wahlberg as Sully. That movie was miscast as fuck. I do not understand how they flipped the casting that hard. And I'm not even the one who's like, it needs to be Nathan Fillion, even though he's clearly the obvious choice. I think he was getting a little too old to do Nathan Drake at that time. his age started to show, which is a bummer. They just did it fucking earlier. But yeah, Mark Wahlberg as Sully is fucking insane. Somebody made a post on like Blue Sky or something that's like, it was like talking about like how media is handled now, where it's like, and back in the day, you used to have a show called Surfing Dracula, and you would get an episode of Dracula surfing every time. But nowadays, it's like a stream slap show where the whole first season has to be about the origin story, and then the final scene you see him surfing, and that's what the Uncharted movie conceptually feels like. It was episode 38. It was the guy that begged to be on the podcast, although it was funny that you got fed up with him, though. Oh, okay. I don't know exactly who you're talking about, but I do remember that was a thing. Pan used to capitulate a lot and just let anybody on the podcast, which I found very annoying, even though that's ostensibly what I was. But yeah. Yeah, no, I found a lot of the begging fans to be fucking annoying, and I still do. Just keep your parasocial relationship where it's supposed to be, my man. It's cringe. Did Nathan Fillion do an ad as Nathan Drake for G4, or am I misremembering? I know that he did like a fan film, which I think is very weird that he agreed to that. Either a fan film or it was like some kind of weird promo thing. I don't know, but he did play Nathan Drake in like a short film. I time for a bit of healthy disagreement, maybe. Do you still enjoy the movie Chronicle? I thought I'd like it, but I didn't like it when I did. Haven't seen Chronicle in a long time. I remember it fondly. I feel like if I watched it again, I would probably not like it as much, but I think superhero high school drama is a good idea. The director, Josh Trank, described it as Columbine with superpowers, and I think that was a choice of words. Made my friends watch it with me, and they dunked on me for a while afterwards. Oh, man, that's brutal. It's like my biggest fear. Is this something I recommend in earnest? Is like hated? I would just like, you know. Yeah, but at least you had input, Nolan, and did a good job from what I saw, at least. Yeah, I'm not even going to feign modesty. I did a pretty good job handling the podcast. I do love telling this anecdote, which I don't know if people get mad at me for it, but if y'all remember the animation showcase at Momo Con, I kind of single-handedly saved that show. And I know it's kind of sad to be like, are you really still talking about this story? But I just think it's really funny. And basically what happened was it was hosted by the Roundtable guys. And the main guy, Kevin, didn't really know what he was doing. He basically had a PowerPoint that had all the shows and stuff lined up to show at the animation showcase. And it was a good idea. It was a very good idea. To do that. And I remember what fell apart was the planning of it, because he was like, we have all these presenters from the animation community. We have people who worked on the show. Vivzy was there at the time. This was before Has-Been Hotel really took off. So it's crazy that that happened. I managed to meet Vivzy and then kind of had to be an ass, which I'll get into in a second. But basically, the show started in like an hour at the time, and nobody knew what was happening. Nobody knew what the fuck was going on. And so I talked to Kevin, and I'm like, a lot of people are asking what's going on. He's just like, oh, no, don't worry, we'll figure it out. And I'm like, huh. Then 15 minutes come, and everybody's still confused. And like, nobody knows where to go. Nobody knows what they're doing. Nobody knows how they're hosting. And I'm just like, okay, this is getting weird. So I meet up with Kevin, and I text everybody in a big chain. I'm just like, okay, if you know this person, you know this person, you know this person, everybody come to this meeting right now. Come to this meeting room right now. And we go there, and I'm talking to Kevin, and I'm learning about what his presentation is going to be. And he's like, I need you to operate this for me. And I've never operated a Mac. I learned, obviously, but he wanted me to do the PowerPoint. And I was like, well, it's your presentation. Why don't you do it? And he's like, I'm the host. I have to host it. And I'm just like, okay. And then everybody's still confused. People are showing up late. The thing was supposed to start. And I'm kind of like, Kevin's not really doing anything. He's just kind of like meandering about, like worrying about some of the little shit. And then I'm just like, all right, I guess, this is going to be a shit show unless I step in and do something. So I take it upon myself to go, okay, everybody, I need you to sit here, here, and here. And I organize everybody by group of the presentation. And then I'm just like, you guys are going to do this. You guys are going to do this. You guys are going to do this. And I remember being embarrassed because I had to kind of like manage Vivsy and some other guests. And I sounded stressed because I was really upset that Kevin wasn't doing his job. And I had to rally everyone together. And I know this sounds like a Tumblr story, like I saved the day and everybody clapped, but this honest to God is how it happened to my memory. I may be getting a few details wrong, but basically I was like, we're going to present this. You guys are going to go up. You're going to say a couple things about this. Then we're going to present it. And then we're going to move on to the next group and do that. And then I had to learn how to use the Mac program while we were doing the presentation. And then it went off with very little hitches. I know there were some kind of awkward moments where people didn't really know what to say. But it went off. Basically, it would have been a fucking disaster had I not stepped in, basically. And again, I know that sounds very pompous of me to say. I know that sounds like Tumblr story, but hand to God on my fucking life, this happened. And then this, I definitely remember happening. At the very end, Kevin went up to me, gave me a hug, and in this exact cadence went, "Thank you." Oh my God. I was so pissed because that was like the most stressful hour and a half of my fucking life. And I remember specifically because Long Gone Gulch was going to be there. And I'm good friends with Zach and Tara. And I was like, I'm not about to let this fucking guy do my friends dirty. So like I came and I swooped in and made sure that I salvaged it as best as I could. And I like to think I did a good job. And again, yes, I have been holding on to this story for 6 or 7 years. It is totally not sad. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I was going to ask about your stance on Has Been an Amazing Digital Circus. I like the Has Been pilot. I think it's good. I think people are mean. And it's allowed to be crass. I don't know why it isn't allowed to be crass. People don't have a problem when other things are crass, but whatever. Amazing Digital Circus I haven't seen, and I kind of don't really care. I don't have any like ill will or disinterest in it other than it just doesn't look like my thing. So Surreally met Vizzy before she became massively popular. I know. I still actually have her on Discord. I don't talk to her or anything. She's just there, and she hasn't removed me yet. And I hope it stays that way because her being on my friends list is just a reminder that of that fucking story, which again, I will hang on to until the day I die. I recall it being very slapdash and fast, so knowing how bad it was on track to be both makes sense and is very impressive. Thank you. It would have been bad. And again, I don't like acting like the big main character, but this one time I was the main character and I fucking did it. I saved that shit. I saved that fucking show. It's on record. I'm 30 years old and this is what I'm proud of. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you not excited for Incredibles 3? I hated Incredibles 2 so fucking much. I don't know. I think this was right before the cancellation happened, so you'll probably know my opinion of it. Incredibles 3 is directed by Brad Bird. I don't remember who it's directed by. If it's Pete Docter, I'm going to roll my eyes into the back of my skull. But the only interesting things that they could do with The Incredibles are they're not going to do it. If Incredibles 2 was like a filler episode, I don't see, the rest of the series being a filler episode unless they pull like a Cars 3 or something. My only small issue with Has Been is the character palette. I can look past it, but it's noticeable when the characters come together. She does use a lot of the same colors for each character, and I think that's, I don't want to be rude and say amateur, but it is strange how the colors are all white, red, gray, and that's about it. I think it's very, and yellow. Yellow shows up a lot. I don't actually mind the character designs themselves, but yeah, no, the coloring is a interesting choice. Not to be mean. It's by Peter Sohn. He directed The Good Dinosaur and Elementals, which is very concerning, though I did like Elemental. I only liked Elemental because I thought Wade was hot. Yeah, I thought the water guy was hot. Sorry. That hasn't changed about me, and that never will. My questionable taste in cartoon men. Senshi and Bandit are at the top of my list right now for men who I want to start a polycule with. Elemental was fine though, like it was whatever. Good Dinosaur I haven't seen though. I heard it's just really boring. But yeah, hopefully Incredibles 3 is good. It's not gonna be, but I'll eat my words if it is, So Wade is boiled water for you. Boo, fuck you. Boo. Have to ask, still love Legos. Not as much as I used to. I do remember my Lego fucking phase, which is extremely embarrassing. And I regret letting Autopilot say that out loud in front of 16 people and the rest of any would-be viewers. But, we take the L's in conjunction with the W's. How'd you rank the Sonic TV shows? Ooh. Sonic OVA at the top, which I'm counting as a TV show because it was meant to be one. Sonic Boom, Sad AM, Sonic X, Sonic Underground, and then Sonic Prime in the garbage. Guys, I fucking hate Sonic Prime. It's so bad. Holy shit, that last batch of episodes was actually it's insane how bad it was. Oh yeah, the Knuckles TV show. I would put that somewhere in the top 4 or 5. I thought it was good. I thought it was fun, and I think people are mean. And if you cried at the Knuckles show being bad, I think you're a loser, and you should feel bad. Did I not rank Adventures? I'm not a big fan of Adventures. I don't think it's as terrible as it used to be, but it's just it's like cheap Looney Tunes and Sonic Prime, you mean Mickey Mouse Club. I love that meme so much, and some people get mad about it. And I think that makes it infinitely funnier. Dude, it's a Sonic cartoon. Chill out, Gunther. Okay, you're eating your food. All right. Anytime I hear them chewing on kibble, I just go into fight or flight because if Gunther's eating lilies, I'm going to go fucking crazy. They got Shadow's character done right, though, in Prime. I guess. It's a shame he's annoying like every other fucking character because he's just Sonic, you're too nice. Be meaner. And Sonic's Bazinga, Shadow. No. I love all of my friends, even though that seems to be the conflict of my character, is that I don't appreciate my friends enough, but I talk about them all the fucking time. And then Shadow goes, you're gay, Sonic. You're a homosexual, and I hate you. So yeah, even when they got Shadow right, they got it wrong, because that was his only character trait he was allowed to have was to shit talk Sonic. Thanks. I had a friend who worked... used to work at the animation studio or was friends with people who worked there, and they They apparently got top talent for the animation. Like, they got people who worked in film and shit to work on it, which I think is crazy because Sonic Prime does look really good for what it is, which is a Netflix cartoon on a budget. It looks really good for what they have. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I love Wade. Me too, bestie. Can't look at it without thinking YTP, and frankly, I'm all right with that being its legacy. Yeah, no, fuck Sonic Prime. God, I fucking hate it. On top of, oh wait, no, you're talking about Adventures. Yeah, no, it's Prime meme fodder, and that's all it's good for. On topic of Sonic, have you read the IDW comics? Yes, and I don't like them. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, because I think the IDW comics are already kind of mixed to positive in reception, but I don't think they're good. I love Ian Flynn. I am still a slut for him as a writer. But the IDW, as the kids say, is not the T. Because of Sega's mandates, they're not allowed to do anything with the characters that are interesting unless they're comic original. And even then, there are still limitations with that because, you know, the main cast is the game characters and you can't do anything with them. So what happens is that they'll have these character arcs that keep spinning around in fucking circles, not going anywhere. And don't even get me fucking started on the philosophizing shit. Like, good fucking Lord. During issue 50, when Sonic was like preaching his gospel to like Surge, I was just like, what the fuck is this? I love comics. I don't talk about them that much because I actually don't read many, but I love the art form, and what comics I do read are peak. Don't even argue with me. So seeing Sonic like have like a wall of text just preaching his life philosophy to the viewer, I think that was the moment I went, this is not good. And I was starting to feel that way during the Zombot arc too. And everybody loves the Zombot arc, but I don't. I think it's bad. Like, it's a shitty zombie story because the whole time they're playing up the drama. All these characters are failing. All these characters are dying. You know they're not going to die because it's fucking, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog. So if you want to make a zombie story with kid characters and like you know, a PG rating interesting, you got to like figure out what the conflict is and, you know, have better stakes than, you know, everybody in the world is you know, turning into zombies. I have a lot to say about IDW, but for the sake of reading everybody else's chat messages, I'm gonna stop there unless you guys want me to keep talking about it. But for right now, I'm gonna read other messages real quick. I want to do more stuff like the OVA. That's my favorite non-Sonic game thing. Same. I love the OVA. I think the OVA is some of the best Sonic media we have. Peak, as all the cool kids say, it is peak fiction. It's so dumb when people get mad that at the joke Sonic Prime literally is for kids, and to me it looks like a preschool show. It has that like rendering style of a preschool show, but I don't think, it looks it. A lot of the trouble comes down to the writing and the voice direction. I feel so fucking bad for Sonic's voice actor because Sonic is such an annoying cunt in that show. But you can tell that the voice actor, he loves Sonic. He's passionate about it. And his voice for him isn't terrible. He's just directed awfully. Like he's like directed to be like this high energy, good boy who loves cracking shitty jokes and doing Fortnite dances. And it's just like, God, it sucks. Oh my God, I hate Sonic Prime. Guys, I hate Sonic Prime. Was a good voice, in my opinion. I like Roger, but he just isn't Sonic in my head when the character speaks. Yeah, that's fair. I am hot and cold with Roger. On any given day, I'll be like, Roger's a great Sonic, or Roger's mid. So that's totally fair. Well, if IDW better than Archie or nah? At Archie's worst, it's better. At Archie's best, it doesn't hold a candle. Ian Flynn's run on Archie Sonic is so fucking good. Even the post Genesis wave shit, where things get more streamlined, is really good. But when he had like full creative freedom to do whatever he wanted with those fucking cartoon animals. Like, holy fuck, it was so good. Issue, like, I started on issue 175 and I was like, this is like peak cinema. Holy shit. IDW being canon to the games restricts what they can do even more. I've heard like the opposite, and that like I think they changed their minds, or Azuka does anyway. I have my fucking problems with Azuka, but I've heard that it's canon to the games, or yes, it's canon up until Forces, and then it's a divergent timeline. Or I've heard none of it is canon to the games except for Forces, because obviously you can't have the series without Forces. So I don't know. Good thing they have a lore team now, I guess. Now my eyes are itching. It's fucking amazing team. One show we didn't bring up last stream, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. Scott Pilgrim Takes Off is really fucking good. I did want a more straightforward adaptation of the manga, the graphic novel series, though. But what are you gonna do? What's there is really good. I just was not something I wanted at the time, but it's good. I love Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. I want to watch it again, actually. Everything being canon thing with Sonic is pretty dumb, in my opinion. Multiverse shit, you know, you can make anything canon. Just say it's a multiverse, and then everything is canon all of a sudden. Fucking whatever. Who cares? I've recently developed a pick and choose approach to canon and shit, where it's like, whatever's in the text, if I can support my argument with it, then that's all I need. So I can pick and choose whatever I want because it's fiction. The author's dead. You can do whatever you want with it. If you want to have Harry Potter be pro-trans and not racist and not anti-Semitic, you can do that. You can make it yourself. You have the power. Make what you want. Be the change you want to see in the world, motherfucker. I couldn't get past the first few episodes of Prime. I just find anything multiverse related at this point uninteresting. I love the multiverse shit a lot. I'm a slut for it. I think the problem with that is that most people who make multiverse shit are just like, use it as an excuse to throw characters at you, instead of actually exploring what's interesting about the multiverse, which is divergent timelines based on choices, meeting the same characters who had radically different stories, having those elements interact and clash with each other, and, you know, other bigger crises. Like, it's all about how it relates to the characters. That's what's paramount in stories. I love how Izuka hates Shadow's comparison with Vegeta, despite Vegeta's name literally in Shadow's concept art. Dude, I don't fucking know what Izuka's ever up to. That dude's like fucking... Oh my god. I say this as if he's like history's greatest monster, and he's not. I just think he's really bad at running Sonic Team. Every good choice he seems to make, from my understanding, is letting other people do good things. Like, he was like, hey, Sonic Mania team, why don't you make a celebration game instead of a collection thing? And they were like, okay. And then we got Sonic Mania, which I like, but I'm not very interested in. I'm going to listen. In Japan, it's a manga. Okay. I know. But we have the cultural thing here. So, you know, any of the Jack Sonic figures, I would own the one where he has the like keyboard mouse looking shoes, because I like those shoes, but I never got the chance, and I think it's too late now, and also I have no money. So my friends gave me a little capsule Sonic toy. I don't know where it is. I lost it, I think. Sorry, guys. I think the main issue with Takes Off was that it was marketed as an adaptation of the book, and it's not its own thing, and leaving it at a cliffhanger when O'Malley saying no season 2 stuff. Did it leave on a cliffhanger? I think it left open-ended, like, but it didn't end like with a... It's like the Teen Titans thing. People say Teen Titans ended on a cliffhanger, and it didn't. It has two endings, the movie and the show, and the show ends on like a thesis statement. It wasn't meant to be a cliffhanger. Like, it's very clearly directed in such a way that it's clearly meant to be a farewell. And it was a very mature farewell for what it is. So maybe they miscalculated there. I'm going to skip the message real quick because somebody responded. Not a cliffhanger, but a hint at Gideon planning something new. But that's what I mean. Like, the idea is just that, like, oh, Gideon hasn't changed. He's still being a dick. Like, and that's what it's meant to be. So it's just kind of like saying, like, where he is now. He's still scheming. He's still being a bitch. It's not meant to, like, allude to anything. It could allude to something if somehow the stars aligned and they did make a season 2, but I doubt it. It ended in the way it did due to fear of not getting picked up for another. It wasn't going to get another season. Absolutely not. When you have all of those actors coming back, and some of whom are mega fucking famous now, yeah, no, there was only going to be one season. I never expected there to be season 2. I liked what I got, though. So, you know, I'm happy. Skipping back, at least the new game seems to be a continuation. I think it is. I don't know. Maybe. I do that to DC and Marvel comics all the time. Oh, this issue is ass, then it's not canon at all. Yeah. I think people need to stop being so rigid with how they interact with their media and start being more open to just picking and choosing what they like. And on that same topic, people need to be comfortable liking things that aren't good instead of trying to intellectually rationalize it. Because holy fuck, those people are annoying. Listen, you can like something that's bad, and you can also hate something that's really good. I know people who don't like The Last of Us 2. That's fine, but it's not a bad game. You just don't like it. You don't have to intellectualize it. If it's not what you wanted, then it's not what you wanted. You can just say that. Fuck. But yeah, that's a tangent. I'm sorry. That's something I've held inside for years. That's something I've wanted to say for a long time. But I was in the character arc binds, so you know. Kind of like Marvel's What If. They throw a bunch of interesting concept at the end where we would have ate it up. If that's in reference to I don't know what that's in reference to exactly, but yeah, I kind of hate it when they do that. Although, again, it's sort of like the Teen Titans or the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off thing, where if it's ended kind of open-endedly, but in a sort of definitive way where it's like, yeah, these characters are having more adventures, you're just not going to see them. Then, yeah, I don't mind that. But if it's like, here's a bunch of cool ideas, not going to do anything with them right now. Like Adventure Time used to do that all the time. That's why I fell off the show so hard. Invincible uses the multiverse very well. I haven't seen Invincible yet. It's one of those things where I know I'd like it, but I'm fucking lazy and I won't watch it. It's interesting because when I talk about American cartoons with my students, it's easier to say American anime because when you're in Japan, that's what it is. Yeah, I know anime is just like a animation there, but I just say it for the distinction because I consider Japan's production line different enough from other countries to just call it its own thing personally. I'm glad a lot of them still do stuff in-house, and the stuff they do outsource to Korea is like the in-betweens and other shit. So yeah. It ended the way... Okay, so that one... I love 2003 Cat in the Hat. It's pure shit. I love it. Fucking take that back, fucker. I think Cat in the Hat, they got an assignment and they said, we're going to do something so fucking dumb. And they did it. And I'm proud of them and I love them for it. I think Cat in the Hat is an unironically good comedy. Stand by it. Fuck you. Hot take. I kind of don't like Mary Elizabeth's voice work for Ramona. It takes off because she sounds so soft most of the... I do not like her voice work either. I don't think she's a good voice actress. Hold on, the cat. Are you guys being nice? Are you two being nice? Little fucks. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, no, I don't think she's a good voice actress. There's a very important distinct... You can tell in the... You can tell in Scott Pilgrim Takes Off who's a good voice actor and who's like a good actor. Chris Evans does not do a great job at Lucas Lee. you can tell he's like alone in a booth being directed. Michael Cera is excellent as Scott. He's really good at voice acting, and Mae Whitman is obviously incredible. But yeah, no, there are certain like cadences in everybody's voices where you can kind of tell who's more familiar with voice acting and anime dubbing more specifically than others. Although I don't think it's a dub. I think that was the original audio that they lip synced. I think. I would assume so. Also, I'm impressed everyone came back after 12 years since the movie came out for Scott Pilgrim. I think that was because Edgar Wright was an executive producer and everybody like loved working on Scott Pilgrim and have an email chain that they still update, apparently. Yeah, for sure. Outside of Japan, it refers to Japanese animation. Yep. Invincible is great, both the comics and show, though. The animation isn't the greatest. Can't match the amazing art of the comic. Yeah, American animation, or as I like to call it, American buying Korean animation is very lacking. It sucks we very rarely get American Sakuga. I know I shit on Korra a lot, but I think it's one of the best looking cartoons in the past few decades. It's an incredible looking cartoon. The first season especially, and the third are fucking incredible. Like I'm surprised they managed to do it. Especially the one scene Ramona chipifies flailing her arms, but Mary didn't execute it at all. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because they're pre-scoring it, which, you know, if nobody knows, that's when they record the voice before they start doing the animation. In Japan, they do the animation and then the actors will dub to it and match the timing and shit. I don't think that's the case for all productions. I know Akira was a pre-scored movie, but yeah, so there's no excuse other than just either lack of experience or unfamiliarity with the medium, etc. Because Mary Elizabeth McGlynn is a great actress. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. Mary Elizabeth McGlynn is somebody else. Jesus Christ. Their voice direction for Takes Off is really interesting. I don't know if it was on purpose because they wanted the shitty anime dub vibe or just for who's not at voice acting. It's not intentional. I don't think so at all. If it was intentional, they'd ham it up a lot more, I think. What is it? Michael Cera and Mae Whitman give incredible performances, you know, because they've done voice acting. I think Michael Cera's done voice acting before, so he's familiar with it. But yeah, the performances are wildly inconsistent. That's the thing. Like literally, quarter of Takes Off cast. I think it's cute they're all back, and it has a good amount of story relevance being parallel. But yeah, no rough at points. I don't have an issue with the story or anything. I do. My biggest beef is the vocal performances, and like I've been saying, it's largely due to the lack of experience with voice acting. I think Kieran Culkin is the worst. He was rough. I think he was worse than Mary. Honestly, I think he was the worst one. He sounded bad. Like, it sounded like he didn't give a fuck. Like, actual contempt at coming back and doing this. That's what I got from it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he just wasn't good at voice acting. But no, everybody else just sounded like they were inexperienced or just like not able to perform. Kieran, it sounded like he did not want to be there. I like Gideon's voice. Yeah, Gideon was good. He's done voice acting too, Jason Schwartzman. Aubrey Plaza was also good. She's also done voice acting. Again, if they've done voice acting roles before, like proper voice acting roles, then you can tell the difference. Invincible has a ton of celebrity actors, but they actually give great performances. Yeah, I think it's because of this is me speculating. I don't like talking out of my ass, but to my understanding, the way anime dubbing is directed is different from how cartoons do it. So I think about stuff like the Lego Movie where they do behind the scenes features. The directors will be in there and like pantomiming shit, and they'll be like acting to like air. And with dubbing, it's a lot more slapdash and quick. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't have all the experience about it. I just know that it's different. So that's probably why it takes off is different in Invincible excels. Sup, Nolan, how long has the stream been going? Hour 20. It's not going to go on for much longer because I got to eat dinner and wake up early for work. Michael Cera voiced in a lot of Canadian cartoons before he became a movie actor, so that's why he did a great job. Yep. Like I said, if they did voice acting, you can tell. If they didn't, you can tell. Favorite early 2000s movie that isn't a cartoon? What have I seen recently? Fuck. This isn't the answer, but it's off the top of my head, and I don't want to think about the question too long. High School Musical, I guess. I've also been obsessed with From Justin to Kelly lately. That movie is uniquely terrible. It's like if somebody got a script for a Disney Channel original movie and was told to make it PG-13 and horny. It's so weird. Also, the pop songs, fuck. Love Justin to Kelly soundtrack. Worst villain song of all time, actually, though. From Justin to Kelly has the worst villain song of all time. It's called Wish Upon a Star. I implore you to listen to it. Not because you'll like it, but because I need you all to understand how fucking terrible it is. And for context, because it's important, the villain in From Justin to Kelly is Kelly's friend who wants Justin, who is in love with Kelly. So she tries to break them up by giving Justin her phone number under the guise it's Kelly's and trying to break them up that way. And her villain song is about how I want all the guys. I want to go too far. I want to be a baddie. It's a fucking awful song. Me and my friend Shaka fucking hate it. Like I'm not Invincible is good performance for people who are full-fledged seasoned voice actors as well. J.K. Simmons is VA, Stephen Young is VA. There you go. Same general rules apply to both. Yep. Ever played Night in the Woods? I knew somebody who was addicted and obsessed with Night in the Woods. Haven't played it. Will someday, maybe. Probably not, actually, if I'm being honest. Just not interested. Sorry. Don't know if it's good or bad. Probably good. Is whatever. Excited for The Legend of Aang? No. I think Bright have successfully George Lucased the shit out of Avatar. I'm excited for the animation. I'm excited that it's a 2D, 3D hybrid, and I know it's going to look amazing. Not excited for Seven Havens. Holy fuck. I saw somebody say about Seven Havens, and for those who don't know, Seven Havens is a new Avatar show that's set in the far future. Korra fucked up so bad that the apocalypse happened, and now there are two avatars, a good avatar and a dark avatar. Maybe it was leaked, but we don't know for sure. But basically it's like a post-apocalypse show, and it looks like Diet Voltron. If you look up Avatar 7 Havens leaks, you can see the character designs. I saw a storyboard too, and it looks like a downgrade from the visual storytelling of Korra, which I said is peak. Korra has a terrible fucking story, but the directing for the animation was immaculate, incredible. It rivals even like Disney, like Renaissance Disney shit. And I'm not even being hyperbolic. Like, holy fuck. But yeah, no, Seven Havens looks like garbage. And I saw, and I went off topic from off the rails, but somebody said I respect Bright for their originality. And I remember staring at that comment for like a few minutes and just going like, the fuck are you talking about? They were like, okay, we have this incredible Asian influenced setting with this amazing magic system and this unique rich world filled with lore that actually, unlike Star Wars, can service itself to a wider universe. What do? They make sequel, Legend of Korra, and they're like, okay, let's take the Asian influence and just slap it on New York and then ruin the backstory with midichlorians. And now they're like, Post-apocalypse. This is genuine. I'm not doing a bit. I'm so fucking frustrated with Avatar. Like, holy fuck. Was the Netflix live action Avatar any good? No, it was not good. Better than the movie, but the bar is on the fucking floor, so you'd have to try to be as bad. The problem with the show is that the writing is somehow more infantile than the cartoon with the funny poopy jokes, because they exposit everything to you. They spoon feed you everything. Aang, you are burdened with a great destiny. Make sure you rise to the challenge and don't be a little bitch. And then they also make really questionable changes. Like, instead of running away, Aang just goes out to clear his head. And then he's like, oh man, the storm's picking up. We should head back. So they take one of Aang's greatest like failures and just kind of turns it into an oopsie daisy. I didn't mean to do that, which is actually fucking insane. I don't know how you fuck up that bad, but yeah. And then like when the show's good, it's pretty good. It's like, oh, that's a cool change, or oh, I like how they did that. But then other times it's like, oh, you want to introduce the No Face spirit from the really shitty Zuko's mom comic? Thanks. I fucking hate it. One thing I also hate, speaking of that episode, Ko. One thing I really liked about the spirit world in the original Avatar is that it's very fucking weird. It's like this grimy, dark forest, and when Sokka gets kidnapped by the spirit in that one episode, when he's saved, like a bamboo growth grows when the panda's leaving, and he walks out of it. So it's like we don't know what happened to him in the spirit world, and I think that's really cool because it leaves it up to your imagination. And then in the live action show, Sokka and Katara get kidnapped by Ko. So Aang has to go save them after being rescued by the blue spirit. And Aang and Sokka and Katara and a bunch of other villagers are like trapped in these like alien like cocoons or whatever, and it's just like it's boring. Like, way to take something that's like very mythical and mysterious and just turn into like fucking alien slop. Thank you. Loved it. Can't wait till we reach the iPad Kid avatar with AirPods and modern slang referencing memes. I mean, that's where the timeline was going with Korra, because it was 30s, and then the next avatar would have been like current day, like 2020s, or even like a bit later. So I think I think they did the post-apocalypse shit to avoid that, which I think is stupid. You could have done a prequel. I think that would have been a better option, honestly. Not have it tie into anything, just be a story about. So it's like air, water, earth. An earth avatar going through his own crisis. None of the bullshit, none of the baggage. And then a fire avatar to wrap things up in a neat little circle. But no, they chose to do a post-apocalypse story because they're hacks. Sorry, they're hacks. I'm not even going to pretend to be nice. I think Brick are fucking hacks, and I hate them. I hate how they are turning Avatar into a Star Wars-like franchise, and I really hate that idea. I'm not opposed to there being an Avatar franchise. My beef is with how Brick are handling it, and I think they're handling it badly. I'm talking with my hands a lot. I don't know why. I think it's to stop me from itching my own face. I remember in the DVD commentary for Avatar Season 1, they said they wish they could go back and change some stuff George Lucas style. Every creator wants to do that. I think the only issue is that, like, with George Lucas, he overwrote the originals. If he wanted to have his own editions with all his fixes and all of his CGI characters, so long as the originals were still accessible, then it'd be whatever. But original Avatar is still there. It's always going to be there. It's not lost to time like Star Wars' first print is. So that's whatever. If they want to go and George Lucas the original Avatar show, then I'm going to be mad, but I'm not going to be like angry because I still have the original on Blu-ray, even though it doesn't look very good on Blu-ray. No joke, I've never even seen a screenshot of the Netflix show. It looked promising, which sucks. Costume design was fantastic. Sets were fantastic. Effects were really good. It's always the story. The story's always fucked. I hope season 2 and 3 are better because it's not unsalvageable, but holy fuck, that first season's rough. Aren't they also doing a prequel? I thought that was also in production. I remember when Avatar News was still a thing. It was a fan website that recently retired a few years ago. They talked about there being a Zuko movie, a Korra movie, and then an Aang movie, and I think a Kyoshi movie. So they had all these different movies in the pipeline, and then like it's been in production hell. Shit's getting shuffled around, changed. Just fucking A, man. Like this Avatar studio shit is fucking stupid. Doesn't Seven Havens also have the public hate the Avatar now? Yeah, it does. That I'm fine with. I like the dynamic of the Avatar and public relations changing. Core didn't do it good, but I like the idea. I like the idea that people are afraid of the Avatar. I like the idea that people don't need the Avatar. I think the most interesting thing about Korra was, does a modern world need the Avatar? And Korra grappling with that. Problem is the show doesn't do it good. So they whiff that hard. Instead, they give Korra girl boss PTSD, which is hilarious. I guess also the Paramount merger and all the cuttings in preparation to get that to go through probably scared a lot of their plans way back. That's possible. I know a lot of projects get shit canned when new studio heads drop in and they're just like, I didn't come up with this, get rid of it. Which I think is fucking stupid. It's fucking crazy. I would really like to know what's going on with Avatar Studios because this Aang movie has just been absolutely fucked 6 ways from Sundays. Lots of internal delays, lots of external delays. It's been delayed like 3 or 4 times now, hasn't it? Like publicly. That shit probably should have been ready in 2024. Because when was Avatar Studios announced? It was like 2020, wasn't it? Like this Avatar Aang movie has been in production for like 4 fucking years. Should not take that long for what it is. But if Paramount wants their own Star Wars, they need to treat Avatar better because that's one of their best bets. Lord knows they're not doing Star Trek, right? 2021 it was announced. Okay, yeah, so it's been 4 years. And that's when it was announced. So it's safe to say that the production has been 4 years now, going on 5. Even normal staples that were expected to coast because their legacy and still make money got hella shaken up. Like South Park is the big public fuss, but there's others. Yeah, no, so I've heard. So many corporate mergers. It's great. I love it. I love conglomerates and their ability to buy their way out of trouble. If only Sonic showed up in court to fix all our issues. Hey, maybe in Seven Havens might have a reference to him since Nick and Paramount. Am I right? Didn't they do that? Oh, no, I'm thinking of Sonic Racing. That's what we talked about. I've drawn Sonic and Korra fan art before. I'm very passionate about my fan comic. It's a genuine problem. I'm actually going to probably cook dinner in a bit and write a script. I have 7 already. I've been pumping that shit out. I am very, very jazzed about working on something like that. I wonder if any of those Avatar animated movies will ever actually get to theaters like they originally said no. My prediction is that the Avatar Aang movie is not going to do well. That's my lock-in. I think it's going to go the route of Transformers 1 and either scale back Avatar Studios or shut it down completely, and all of the upcoming projects are either going to get canceled or whatever. Straight to Paramount Plus now. It's already got a theatrical release. There's no way I see them canceling the movie theater screening unless like the pre-sales are that fucking bad, which I doubt. I think when I say it's gonna not do well, I think like at best it'll either break even or make a small profit. Like, God, how much money are they investing in it? Like, I don't think it'll pass like 500 mil easily. They'd be lucky to get to like 300. But I'm expecting somewhere between 150 and 200 million. That's my lock-in. If I'm wrong, Let me know. And I won't give a shit. The South Park situation is depressing. I don't know if it, I don't know much about it. I know that it's been taken down streaming. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. I still find it funny that Avatar is a Nicktoon, a network only known for its comedic and slice-of-life cartoons. Broken clocks right twice a day. They turned down Adventure Time. They had to get a W somewhere. Nolan, you're back. Correct. It also doesn't have much competition for where it's at right now, so Paramount would logically not be scared out of the release. Yes. I think it's releasing in June next year now, because it was originally supposed to be this year or the year before. Then it got pushed back. Then it got pushed back again. Then it got pushed back to 2026, and then they delayed it a few more months. That's right. It was summer, because originally it was going to be in January, and I thought, oh, it's dead. Why the fuck would you release your tentpole animated movie for your new studio in January? Are you fucking insane? Oh my god. Holy shit, you guys. When I saw it was releasing in January, I was like, oh, it's fucked. It's so over. Nolan, does the South Park stuff upset you or not? I don't watch South Park, so it doesn't really... it bothers me that people won't be able to see it anywhere legally, but that's just a fucking problem with everybody, isn't it? Do you still talk with Nesca? I don't. Haven't talked to her in a long time. Don't know where we stand. I don't have any ill, so, you know. Thoughts on Bayman rumors possibly coming back? Don't care. I heard rumors that he was doing a Skibidi Toilet movie, and it turned out to be wrong, and I was really fucking mad that I fell for it. Otherwise, Michael Bay can do whatever the fuck he wants. It's his life. If he wants to make more Transformers movies, fucking let him. Did it get pushed to summer? Oh, wow, never mind. Then that's going up against a Star Wars movie, I think. That movie won't be good either, but the clout-wise, that's not good for Avatar. Sonic went against Lion King and did pretty respectable. So, I don't know. I think it's just going to depend on... and it's also a different movie. So, like, I think that'll also be in its favor. My thing with Avatar, though, is just that I don't think it's as popular mainstream-wise as people think it is. In nerd sects, it's super popular. I thought Avatar was released in October. Maybe it was delayed again. I don't fucking know, dude. Do you still talk to Jim? Jim and I are still very good friends, and he's been extremely supportive. I love you, Jim. Heart emoji. I think it'll come down to marketing. Paramount is notoriously fucking bad at marketing, so I wouldn't be surprised. They didn't release the Sonic 3 trailer until like 4 or 5 months before the movie was supposed to come out, and I thought that was bizarre. Sonic is also an active brand, like 2 movies well liked by kids at this point. Avatar isn't. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't think Avatar is mainstream popular. It's popular with nerds, but I don't know how that's going to translate to box office. Heroes or CD adaptation? It's going to be a CD adaptation for sure. It's got Metal Sonic and Amy. It blew up with resurgence when it was added to Netflix during COVID. I mean, it was COVID. Nobody was fucking doing anything. Any chance of a Pizza Party podcast reunion? I'm a never say never type of guy, but as of right now and where everybody stands, 0. I would love to do something with Jim and Izzy again, but with Pan, I am pretty sure he wants nothing to do with me, which is totally understandable. So, no, probably not going to happen. But again, the future's weird. You never know. But as of right now, no, not going to happen. They barely marketed TF1 and was shocked it didn't do good. Yeah, that's what I mean. They're bad at marketing. Transformers 1's trailer was so fucking abysmal, I had no interest in seeing it. And then I heard it was really good, and I was still like, I don't care. Like, beefed it. A should have been well on Netflix doesn't mean it'll do well in theaters. Avatar did insane numbers when it got added on there, but I doubt it'd do break $100 million. I think it'll break $100 million. I think $100 million is pretty easy to break. Because 100 million and 200 million is like successful. I mean, it's like considered like failure level. Like, movies are so expensive now. I bet that Avatar movie is easily like around 100 mil, maybe a little lower, but yeah. That's a shame. Pan and Ken did a stream together not too long ago. Well, Ken didn't fuck himself over and make an ass of himself on a grand scale. So, his chances of talking with Pan are a lot better than mine. I guess it depends on how well they market it. It's not going to be marketed well. I guarantee it. I think it's going to be dog shit marketing, and they're going to do terrible with it. Again, mark my words. Movie's not going to do well. It is going to be, at best, like $300-400 million to be considered a lukewarm success. But my guess, it's going to be around 200 million, and it's going to be considered a break-even failure. You still talk with Ken? No, I don't. But we didn't have a falling out, as far as I know. We just kind of drifted apart. But he did. I mentioned this last stream, but he did program a game for Supper, who does DJ Gray. That game's out now. Go check out Supper and DJ Gray comic. Really good. Yeah. Are you planning to do more live streams in the future? They're pretty fun and chill to hang out in. Yes, I'm going to do more live streams. This was a town hall, which I'm going to do some of these periodically, but the town hall was meant to kind of check in. The first one was a week ago, I think, or 2 weeks ago, and it was about coming back, the drama, the mistakes I made, all this other stuff, and seeing where people stood with me. This one was to let that marinate, sit with people, see if anybody changed, see if people had any other concerns or shit. And so far, it seems like the response has been generally positive, which I'm very thankful for and I appreciate. And at worst, I've seen is people going like, "Oh, I don't want him back. I'm not going to watch him," which is totally fair and understandable. But it seems to be like indifference to slight disdain, which, again, I'll take. I haven't had any vitriolic messages. Nobody's really told me what's happened on other websites, and honestly, I don't care to know. I know Reddit posted about it. The Reddit post about it was very, very, honestly, I don't know what the exact term is, but it was very tempered, I think it was. It was very reasonable and fair and honest, and I appreciated that. So yeah. Next, I think next stream, I think the town halls are done. I don't know when next stream is going to be, but it's going to be either me playing a game, or we'll just talk about something, or I'll do a little stream game, or we'll watch stuff together. I don't know what yet, but I'm done with the pretense of, well, not pretense. I'm done with the assumption that we're getting acclimated to me being back here. I think everybody's had time to process it. If you're on board, I appreciate it and I thank you. If you're not on board, totally understandable. I so respect it. I thank you for listening to me. And if you hate me, fair. But I'm gonna be here anyway, so sorry. But yeah, let me catch up with chat really quick. I'm going to catch up with the current messages and then start winding down because it's almost 10. I haven't eaten anything. And I got to wake up early for work because I hate my job. Okay. Teen Titans Go is very popular, but they marketed its movie like shit and only made 15 million. Avatar could suffer the same fate. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think it has better chances than Teen Titans Go to the movies because Teen Titans Go to the movies was made in like a year. Literally, when it was announced, they hadn't started on it. And I know it's because I knew somebody who worked on the show at the time, and they were like, that movie's probably not going to do well or come out well. It didn't do well, but he was wrong about it coming out well. It was a really good movie. Teen Titans Go to the movies was really funny. I got a lot of good laughs out of it. I missed the OG Pizza Party cast. When Ken left, it was never the same. No, it wasn't. Ken, funny story, I didn't like Ken at first. I thought he was, I used to think he was annoying, but then we really like started bonding and like getting to know each other. It was great. I have a lot of respect and I really like Ken. regardless of what he thinks or where we stand now. Chat got to keep in mind the previous Paramount movies that didn't have great marketing was before the company started scaling back spending to prep themselves for a merger. That is true. If Transformers got issues before all that junk, then after probably getting worse than whatever they had. Oh. Woo! All right. Yep. That's what I'm expecting. If it breaks records, then you got 100% Sonic Genesis, lol. You say that like it's a challenge. I did that on the original GBA, my guy. I'm a Sonic stan. I'm just critical, dog. Don't mean to be malicious. I don't know what you're referring to. Yeah, I don't know what you're referring to there. Did you hate being on the Mike Moser episode of Pizza Party? Because I hated that episode. I talked about this last stream, but me and Izzy were suffering. We were in DMs telling each other how fucking awful it was. Really, I should have just muted and done something else because I wouldn't have been missed. I've been in your position before. I had a guy stream about me for 6 hours a day for 6 months over something that I apologized for 10 years ago. I totally understand. I'm not familiar with your situation, so I don't know. I don't want to speak on your behalf or about your experience. Regarding mine, I fucked up really bad. I hurt a lot of people. 5 years is a long time, but it also isn't. It's weird. This is something that's going to be hanging over my head, and I accept that. I don't mean to sound like kind of PR rehearsed or anything, but this is something I've talked with my therapist about a lot. And, people won't forgive me, and that's fine. I accept that, and I totally understand if it was too much and it affected you. But I've put in the work. I've changed. I have worked very hard to incorporate new coping mechanisms and skills and strategies to become better and to handle interacting with public, more like public or fans or whatever you want to call it. Like none of us are on a friends level, but you guys are, you followed me in my work and my career. So yeah. I'm much more equipped to handle it now. And if people have a problem with that, fine, but I'm just going to stay in my lane. And I politely ask that they stay in theirs. Teen Titans Go to the Movie was a surprise hit. Correct. The bickering between you and Ken was always hilarious. I had a great time bickering with Ken. Ken and I, like I said, when I first found him annoying, eventually we started kind of like bonding and like getting a cadence with each other. So that was good. Any fave regular show episode you appreciate, Nolan? I like when Rigby fell off the microwave and disintegrated. That was my favorite. Favorite Nintendo Switch game? Odyssey, hands down. Fucking masterpiece. Mario Bros. Wonder, also a masterpiece. Mario Don't Miss. Yes, even Sunshine. Don't at me. By the way, I figured out later Ken didn't even watch the Adventure Time episode, the first start of the podcast on. Yeah. I regret that. Like I said earlier, I regret most everything on the podcast except people and friends I've made. So yeah. Working early tomorrow, Gain. Have a good day at work. Thanks. You too, for anybody who is working tomorrow, which I assume is most everybody here. I like to interview sometime outside the controversy. I've always been a fan. I appreciate that. On my Blue Sky, my DMs are open. I don't feel comfortable doing an audio interview yet, but if you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them that way. My Blue Sky is Nolan's Trash Zone, same as my YouTube. I saw you Fortnite dance at McDonald's. Yes, that is something I did. I had Spo film it, and he had secondhand embarrassment. It was great. I'm off tomorrow. Fuck you, man. I hope you have a good day off tomorrow. Get your chores done. Do your taxes. Find something creatively fulfilling to do. I'll send a follow. Thanks. Will you have a Discord server someday or not? I don't know. A Discord server seems really fucking weird to me right now because of, this is all still really fresh. And I am still worried that there are people out there with malicious intent who might either raid a stream or raid a Discord server. And I'm not the best at knowing how to moderate a Discord server automatically with bots and shit. So as of right now, I'll say maybe, but right in the indefinite future, no. I'm not comfortable doing that. Why do you think Warner Bros. Just refuses to continue the OG Teen Titans? They're fully aware of the popularity, but they adapted in any other animation and media minus season 6. Because other mediums are cheaper, like comics and stuff like that. Comics are significantly cheaper than a season of television, and also just that landscape that it was made in is no longer a thing. I think it'd have decent chance at succeeding on a streaming service, but I think the original creative team is just, I don't know if they're up for it or not. I know the voice actors were. Pan mentioned that in one of his videos when Teen Titans Go was first premiered, but who knows? I think its time has just passed, personally. I think it had a very solid run, but it was made at a very specific time with a specific voice, being the anime boom. And I think we're better spent making new cartoons and adaptations. My Adventures with Superman is really good, and I think it carries the spirit of Teen Titans Go, Teen Titans very well. So if you miss Teen Titans, I'd recommend My Adventures with Superman. I think that'll scratch your itch. Is that your art in the banner? Because I looked cool, and would you release it in full? I didn't release it in full, did I? Yeah. I wanted to hold off on uploading anything until the town hall stuff was done. And given the reception of this stream, and given the fact that nobody's really messaged me to say talk shit or do anything, and the worst responses are kind of a tepid, like, I don't like him and I don't want him to, I don't want to watch his stuff, which is fine. Again, that's totally okay by me. Yeah, I'm good with that. So yeah, I'll start uploading art soon. I'll upload the banner in full right now, actually, per request. But then gradually I will start posting more original content and doing more fun things now that the comeback has kind of run its course, I guess. Is the way it is. I don't like saying comeback. It sounds very PR. I'm trying to be as what's the term? I'm trying to be as sincere as I can, given everything. But yeah, that's just how it is. I need to upload this. Load the full banner. So here it is. I will link this post in the chat, so you can also get my Blue Sky since somebody couldn't find it. That worker in the Fortnite vid is so sweet. Yeah, she handled it really well. It was really funny. She just said, I need you to leave, in a jokey way, and I like that. Young Justice continued, though. It did, and I heard it wasn't very good. I gave Young Justice another chance with the first season. I thought it was decent. Then the second season started with a massive time skip, and I was like, really put off. I think the idea was to generate intrigue, but I was like, I wanted another season with the first timeline. Like, you threw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, now you're showing me a completely different show at this point. So yeah. Have you tried eating pizza the way Pan does, holding it upside down? No, I have not, and I have no interest in doing so. I wonder why Adventures with Superman was on Adult Swim. I watched a few episodes. It seems like it would have good on Cartoon Network. I think it was originally on Cartoon Network, but then Cartoon Network started getting gutted and destroyed, and it wound up on Adult Swim, since Adult Swim is the better performing network. Also, I posted my Blue Sky in the full art in the chat, so if you would like to go look at it, go right ahead. I'm going to start winding down the stream. We only have I'm going to wait a few more minutes. If y'all have any more questions, if y'all want to say your piece, if you have any concerns, please let me know. I'll wait a few minutes, and if there's nothing else, then I'm going to call stream. Lois Lane is hot and fucking My Adventures with Superman. I am inclined to agree. I think she looks very nice. I followed you. Thanks. It was planned for Cartoon Network, so there were a few other shows like Invincible Fight Girl. Man, Invincible Fight Girl could have been good. It's written like ass, though. Every season of The Unjustice having time skip. Every season? That was an every season thing? I thought it was just the one time. Oh, that's awful. You try South Park. Maybe. I don't know. Mains and Smash. Sonic. Who else? Sora. Mario. Basically, if they're my favorite character, I play them. I got inducted into the Martial Arts Hall. Good for you. That's awesome. Are you a black belt or like what study? Take care and stay hydrated. Don't tell me what to do. Excited for any upcoming games. I knew when I went to outpatient treatment, my financials will be fucked. So I started pre-ordering games that I knew I wanted to play. One of them is Death Stranding 2, which I like. I'm just not in the mood to play it right now. And then the other one is Metal Gear Solid Delta, which I'm really looking forward to. I hope it's good. I really want a version of Metal Gear Solid 3 that doesn't play like fucking ass. Third degree black belt in Kung Fu. I was in the movie with David Spade doing bullshit. You're lying. What movie? You fucking tell me. Right now, motherfucker. Damn it, you tried Peak, the climbing game. I beat it. I beat it with my friend B, and it was fun. I hated it. Pissed me the fuck off. I can't wait to play it again. Final question. What are you going to eat? KK by Nolan. I bought a Latza Matza frozen pizza. It's one of my favorite pizza brands. It's pricey, but it's some of the best frozen pizza you'll ever had. It tastes like a scratch-made pup pizza. It's incredible. Father of the Year on Netflix. Oh my God, you were on a Netflix movie with David Spade. I'm so sorry. Congratulations on the third degree. That's awesome. But also, I'm sorry. I saw Benchwarmers recently. I think I mentioned that last stream, and it's fucking terrible, and I hate it. One of the worst movies I've ever seen, right up there with Human Centipede and Norbit. Have you played Repo? Lol. Yes, I have played Repo. It's fun. It's one of those games where I have to be in the mood for it, though. Oh, man. One of my other favorite games was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was like a really fucking good asynchronous multiplayer game. I think it's asynchronous. No, asymmetrical, I think it's called. 4 survivors, 3 killers. Oh, man, that game was so fucking good. I just didn't have time to play it at the time. And it's dead now, so... Cool. I've had Jim on podcasts like 10 years ago. Yeah, Jim is really chill about being on podcasts. Like, you just ask him to do something, he'll hop on. Like I said, it's nothing personal with you or anything. I'm just not comfortable doing guest appearances on anything unless the person like knows who I am. We know each other. They know what my whole deal is. But also, I'm just kind of not ready for it. I've been on streams with friends throughout the few years I've been gone, and that was like a lot for me. Being on a podcast would just be not fun for me at this time. I know it's a bad movie a little bit. It's weird. Yeah. That's fine. Have you played Project 06? I love Project 06. Project 06 is really fucking good. I can't wait for the final update. Cass X, I know you do not owe us anything because you have given us an amazing remake for free, but do the Hub Worlds. I know they're not good, but I want the full package. I am being selfish. Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems are the best Adam Sandler movies. Yeah, because he didn't fucking make them. Switch 2 seems to have a pretty cool lineup. DK Splatoon spinoff, Kirby Air Riders. The prices are ass, though. Yeah, no, the games look good. Everything else is just a fucking nightmare. Wait, Nolan from the Pizza Party podcast, WTF, damn bro, Norwood Reaper got you. I don't know what that means. I totally get it. I wish you the best. I'll always be here to watch and support. Thank you. Have you played Unleashed Recompiled? Yes, I have. I even commissioned somebody to make my Sonic design and put it in the game. Let me get the link because I think my Sonic design is really fucking good. Here it is. Link in chat. That is Sonic I designed and had somebody make it. You can download it yourself if you want to play as my Sonic design. Let me actually mute the video and look at it again. I love it. Filleting myself, but I love it. But yeah, Unleashed Recompiled is really good. I think the thing holding back from its original release was the performance and the more questionable design choices. I think if it was on better hardware that could have run it properly, I think it would have gotten much better reception. That's my take. Also, if it didn't follow up Sonic 06. Sonic Unleashed just had a really bad fucking... It didn't stand a chance, man. It was fucked. God, that Sonic design is a peak. I say about my own design because I'm that guy. But yeah, if there's no more questions or anything, I'm going to end it here. Give it like a minute. I want to thank everybody again for their support. I know I don't deserve it given the circumstances, but the positivity I've received has meant a lot to me, and it's been very comforting. And I fully intend to do better and lead by example, and just make a better environment for everybody and make content you'll love and enjoy, and that will put a big old goofy grin on your face. So yeah, I'll answer the last couple questions that pull in, and then we'll end it. Are you still on Tumblr? I have an account on Tumblr. I don't use it. I only use it if I need to scroll through and find something because Tumblr demands you have an account like every other fucking social media site now. Are there any Sonic games you hope to get? The Sonic X Shadow Generation stream, new campaign with the same mechanics as the base game. Not really. Adventure re-releases that are an ass would be nice. I'm not a big adventure guy, but I feel like those games do deserve better. But no, I think Sonic X Shadow Generations is fine as is. But yeah, no worries, man. I'm gonna pull up when I can. I appreciate the support. Thank you all. Again, this is going to be the last kind of town hall thing for now, unless something changes or somebody says something that I feel needs addressing, like on a wider forum. I am happy to be back. In spite of everything, I am happy with how things are going. Yeah, I'm kind of a broken record at this point, but I appreciate everybody's support from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Next stream, I don't know when it's going to be. Maybe Sunday. I think I'm off. I'd have to double check. But get Izzy on stream. I haven't talked to Izzy in a bit. I'll see if she's interested. Make no promises. And also, please, begging everybody, don't bother anyone about my coming back. Pan, Jim, Izzy, Red, Salty, Ken, just leave them be. I implore you. They don't need to hear about it. I've been very transparent. I'm open to being transparent. What I say is pretty much the whole truth, to my memory. If they want to say something, please leave that up to them. Don't bug them about it. Don't hound them about it, please. I am begging you. But yeah, other than that, if I can ask, but I'm not gonna pressure them or do anything. Of course, I'm just glad you're back. Thank you. I think the next game to get a re-release is Unleashed Avenger because they kind of did everything console-wise. Yeah, agreed. So yeah, I'm gonna end things here. Thank you all again so much. Everyone deserves a redemption arc. Again, I don't like to see it as a redemption arc. I'm not trying to necessarily get back in anybody's good graces. I just want to make things right where I can and start fresh and make new things that y'all will love. I am working on a fan comic right now that I'm extremely passionate about. It's based on the old fan comic I did when I was younger. I'm starting it from the ground up. I've written 7 issues already, and I'm rereading them, and I get more excited each time. That's going to be on a separate account. I've made a separate account already. I'll advertise it when it's more finished. And also, I'm going to backlog the comic so it has a monthly release schedule per chapter because I think a page a week or whatever is dumb. And it's going to be rough, like in terms of the technical art. It's going to be sketchy because I want to tell the story, and rendering every single page, it won't get done. So I need to cut corners where I can. And yeah, so I'm going to keep writing in the background. That's something I'm very passionate about right now. I'll do streams. Nothing high effort, really. It'll be like talking like this. Except without the guys at the town hall thing. It'll just be chill stream, game stream, interacting stream. Maybe we'll do some stream games. I don't know what yet. I'd love to just, interact with the community more, make new things. And yeah, so I'm happy with where things are at right now. And I hope to continue to provide the good stuff that you all will enjoy. So again, being a broken record, thank you all so much. And I hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you all for the well wishes. And I look forward to hearing from you all soon.